Okay, so you're ready to put in a listing. Once you have taken the adding and editing class, your add edit will be up here at the top in Matrix right here. So when I mouse over add edit, I will see the button here for add edit. And when I click on it, I can add a brand new listing here. So if I'm going to click on add new, I'm going to pick the appropriate listing type. This is going to match up to whatever listing form I used when I gathered the information for the listing. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on, let's say, residential. And it's going to ask you, how do you want to start your listing? And you have three options here. One of your options is going to be to start completely from scratch with a blank listing, which means you don't get any assistance from the tax records or MLS. Or if you know that this listing has been in the MLS before, you can use what's called cross property, which means you can get your new listing started based on the information from a previous listing. Now, keep in mind, you want to be careful with that, because if you're populating the information for your new listing based on an old listing, you want to make sure you double check the information and make sure it's accurate for now. If the property's never been in the MLS before, you also have the ability to go in and populate it from Realist Tax. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll do a quick example here. So you would select your county. So you're going to select your area here. So let's say we'll do Orange County. And then you're going to look for the address. Now you don't need to fill out everything. Just remember, less is always more. I can go here and put in the street number and the street name. I don't need anything like avenue or boulevard or anything like that. I could go in, I can use that just with the address, and I can search for it. Should locate it pretty quickly. And I can go ahead and fill my listing with the information that's available from the tax records for this parcel right here. If I would have swung and missed there, I can go back to revise and try again, but a lot of times you'll just get it on the first try. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fill. All right, so you're going to go through all the fields here from left to right. You're going to fill out everything here from left to right, going through every tab by tab by tab, filling out everything. You'll see that some of these fields will be marked in yellow here. This is going to be required. You have a button down here that is called Validate. Validate is going to run a check and let you know what you're missing. So at any time, I can go and check and run the Validate button here, and this is going to flag everything that is required that I haven't filled out yet. So I'm not going to be able to submit the listing until I get all the required fields met, and I also get my photos in there. Okay? So you have to submit the listing as incomplete at least once to generate an MLS number and to get your photos in there. So I'm going to go ahead and save as incomplete right now. And it'll take you to a screen where you can add in your photos or your supplements, or what some people call attachments, any sort of paperwork that's going to go along with the listing. Okay, so I can go here to add, edit, and it's going to allow me to browse on my computer, and I can bulk upload all of my photos into a listing. Okay. Once you get them in there, you can just click on save, and then it'll take you back here. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. Okay. If I do this while I'm inputting my listing, I can click on continue editing and then go right back to my field and pick up where I left off here. Once I have all the required fields met and at least one photo on the listing, at that point I could submit the listing and then make it active in the MLS. Your listings will live under My Matrix, My Listings here, and this is where you can go in and edit them, change the status if you need to in the future.